So here we go, big motorcycles, just picking up the 400X Scrambler for a quick test drive. Be about an hour on it, and we'll see what it's like. And typically, just in time, the heavens have opened. So I'll head this way because that's away from the big black clouds. We're going to take a little ride down to Dawlish Warren, I think, and hopefully we'll miss some of this rain. How's my camera looking? Not too bad. That's if I can remember the way. Indicators. So the controls are a fairly standard Japanese-esque kind of layout. Negotiate the roundabout. Well, so far gearbox is really light but quite positive. Throttle's really light. Obviously the engine hasn't quite warmed up yet, but it's not snatchy at all. You know, we're chugging along at quite low revs, just over total 2000 in the traffic. Seems to be quite kind of civilized. It's nice having a big analog speedo. Yeah, I quite like that. And although it's like an LCD kind of layout, it's big, clear, easy to read with a little rev counter, trip meter. Yeah, no, that's good. Oh, we're in top already. Right, is my lens still clean? Oh no, it's not. Let's give that a wipe. Hopefully that's a bit better. Yeah, that looks a bit better. See if we get a wave. Oh, got a nod. That was an impressive beard. Obviously I don't know what the brakes are like at speed, but they're nice and progressive. There's no sort of snatch. They come on nice and progressively, but seem to haul you up quite quick. Well, that gearbox is really nice, really slick. The exhaust note is well, you know, poppy single. It's not overly quiet, not overly noisy. Very nice sort of upright riding position. Very upright riding position actually. Reminds me of an old sort of 1970s, early 80s trail bike kind of. And that's exactly what it looks like, isn't it? So that's why it reminds me of it. Like an XT or something like that. No more lens. No, the lens is still clear, it's really good. So, look around the switch gear. Yeah, it's all kind of right there, isn't it? Start button, hazards, kill switch. Then this is your flips between your day running light and your dip beam, and then your main beam is on a flick switch back there. Look. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. clear. Still drizzling a bit, isn't it? Hopefully the camera lens is kind of clear. Let's give it another wipe. There we go. Right. Let's go out on the open road a bit, see if we can get it up to some kind of speed. I'm not sure if I will, but here we go. National speed limit. Right, let's see if it can outperform in Nissan Micra, shall we? Top gear, 45. That's when we can see. Well, so although the riding position is very sit up and beg, which I quite like actually, it's quite neat. Oh, here we go. Oh! Oh yeah, there's a bit of a power band there. Really comes alive at about 6,000 revs. So we're whizzing along at sort of 60, and yeah, it feels kind of reasonably relaxed actually at this kind of speed. There's a bit of vibration through the pegs, which you know you'd expect from a single. Oh, I wish this weather was a bit more happy, but never mind. Handling's okay. It doesn't. The suspension's a bit, well, trail bikey, if you know what I mean. It's a bit sort of bouncy and I do like that exhaust note though. Let's clean the lens again. Hopefully we're going to ride out of the rain in a minute. Oh, let's get, hopefully that's got the lens clear. Wipe your visor. Top tip, which I think I mentioned it before, if you haven't got a V-wipe, this thing on the enemy finger, get one. They are brilliant. Excellent piece of kit with a little lanyard around your wrist so it doesn't pop off your finger. It's like a windscreen wiper for your visor. Absolutely good, brilliant piece of kit. So the handling is, I mean, it hasn't put a step out, but even just riding it that sort of this distance, it's twitchy. You can tell it's a light bike. I mean, that could be down to the tyres a bit, I guess. I don't know. The suspension is compliant, I think is the word. Not harsh, definitely not harsh, and you can tell it's. You know, you could ride some sort of gravel trails with this, no problem. The engine's reasonably tractable. Well, let's see how tractable it is actually. Stick it in top, see if it pulls up this hill. So it's not really doing it any favours, but you know, that's about 3,000 revs and it's chugging along fine uphill. I do like that exhaust note. Yeah, that's quite nice. Still clear? Yes. Well, there's a bit of blue sky. We're riding towards it, so fingers crossed. So we still recording. The lens is a bit dirty again. Let's clean the lens. So I'll have a look and see what size front wheel this has got on it, because the steering on it is, well, it's not like a trail bike, it's more like a road bike. It's I don't know if it's got like a 18-inch front wheel or something, has it? I don't know. But trail bike, you generally tend to find, you know, the forks are a bit less upright, and it sort of tracks a bit straighter, whereas this is quite twitchy. It's a bit more sort of like motocrossy style, I guess. Much more upright forks, less of a rake angle. Oh, I do like that exhaust noise, so that's really nice for a standard pipe. That's really nice. No popping on the overrun yet that I've noticed, really. Just a nice burble. So that's getting it right down to sort of like 2,000 revs, and it's still, oh, just a little bit of snatchiness there, but only a tiny bit, and that's really not being fair to it, you know. Pulls cleanly from low revs. I mean, for A road bashing and things like that, B road and lanes and things, this would be a proper little tool. I've only been sat on it, well, about 10 minutes, and seat seems okay. It's quite hard, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, sometimes these plush seats that you sink into and you immediately think, oh, that's comfortable. By the time you've been in them half an hour, you realise actually, no, it isn't. Oh, that does sound smart. I think we're just about keeping ahead of the rain. It's quite nicely finished off, isn't it? I don't know what time will tell with the finish, but the build quality certainly looks like it's there. It's always difficult to tell on a new bike, isn't it? By the time it's been exposed to a British winter, who knows? But you know, lovely paintwork. Although if I was going to buy one, I'd have to say it'd be the green one. That's the one. Not this particular colour, but. Hey, it's a loner, you know, so I think we're kind of heading that way towards the blue sky. I hope, maybe, because we're going to take a swing round to the right in a minute, I think. I know there's a lay-by along here. We can pull over and have a look. But yeah, it's quite a civilised place to be, you know, at these kind of speeds. Obviously, you know, it's I'm not sure I want to do any sort of like motorway bashing with it. Although whizzing along at 60 was fine. You know, once you start getting up to 70 and a little bit more, maybe, some kind of protection might be good. But it's not built for that. This is for sort of hooning around the local area and having a bit of fun on. And the handling, you know, that's something that you get used to with a bit of exposure to it. You know, both all my bikes, I've got you know, a early 80s trail bike 125 that's big front wheel, you know, quite a slope rake on the forks, so that tracks straight and is not twitchy, even though it's a small bike. And both my other bikes, you know, it's an old Z750 and the V85. They're sort of similar sort of riding characteristics. They're built for sort of fast A roads and things like that. Whereas I don't think this one is built more your sort of B road bashing and things like that. I do like the gearbox though, that is very nice. and the exhaust for a standard pipe. That's really smart. Yeah, see, there's just a tiny bit of snatchiness there, but it's really low revs, and I'm kind of like making it do it, so I'm not really playing fair there. We are only just staying ahead of the rain, so I think we'll carry on to Dawlish Warren and look for somewhere down there that we can pull over and have a walk round. I think we are on a speed limit here. I do like that analog speedo. That is really nice. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. Yeah, that is really nice. So let's pull in here, and or shall we? No, because it's raining. Let's keep going. So we're going to take a left here and head towards Dawlish Warren. Camera clean. Oh no, we've got huge spots on the camera again. Let's see if we can get them cleaned off. We're just staying ahead of the rain. We're in the wet drain covers. So there you go, fifth gear, 30 miles an hour. We're doing not that many revs, 2.5, and she's perfectly happy, toodling along. It is odd how the bike really follows the imperfections in the road. So I guess that could be the tyres, it could be the suspension, but it is kind of a bit twitchy. Every little sort of like lines in the tarmac, you know, it wants to follow it, but that's, you know, sort of light bike, isn't it? Oh dear, the rain's just not going to play with us today, is it? Oh, 20. Yeah, so that's, I'd say this is much more of a road biased bike rather than a trail bike. It doesn't like soak those speed bumps up like you'd expect a trail bike to. So let's have a look down here, see if we can go in the car park. Oh, we've got to get under the trees and have a walk around. Yeah, so we go under the trees over there. Look. Very, very slick gearbox. Right, let's clean the lens. Looks good. Stand's quite easy to find. Comes straight to your heel. Yeah, so it'd definitely be the green one if I was going to. Yeah, so I've made it a bit dirty for him. I think it's a fantastic looking bike. It needs a bigger front wheel. So what's that, 17 on the back, 19 on the front. Oh, right, so that's a similar sort of setup to a Himalayan, isn't it? But Himalayan was, this is the old 411 one, not the new one. I don't remember that sort of tracking like this seems to. This is a much more upright, sort of almost motocrossy type riding position. Yeah, it's a lovely looking bike though, it really is. I'd be quite happy to have one of those in my stable, but you know, the stable's full, so something would have to go. Even better if you could do something with that number plate, you know, a bit of a tail tidy. Yes, very nice. If you're looking for something for hooning around the countryside, you know, this could be the thing for you. Very peppy little 400 single. The exhaust sounds fantastic. You've got the ability to carry a pillion if you want to, short distance. It rides nice, although I'm going on about the handling. That's just a, you know, quirk you get used to. Yeah, very good. Right, let's do a bit more. Stand up. Right, so it does have a couple of rider modes. You get them by pressing the information button there, the I button, and you can set it to, you cycle through them, miles per gallon, 70, not too bad, is it? 50 mile range, off-road. So if I press and hold that, that will cut out the ABS. Obviously I'm not going to do that because I'm riding it on the road, but so it has got that, you know, that ability there. And there we go, back to odometer. So start button, in the usual place. Ooh. There we go. Oh, there's the cooling fan just cut in and cut out again. It's it feels very light pushing it about. Oh look, maybe the sun's going to come out on the way back. Camera lens clean, yep, and we're still recording. That is a very, very slick gearbox. I can't believe how slick that gearbox is actually. Oh, and blue sky and sun. Right, so let's put the sun sheet down. Oh, that snatchiness is just about showing itself up now. But 20 miles an hour in third, so if I pop it up to fourth, so that lower the revs even more. Here comes the rain again. We just don't seem to be able to dodge it, do we? Never mind. We'll... Oh, now my visor's stuck again. There we go. Purring along. Yeah, this is it's quite a good fun little bike, but I think that's what it is. It's a good fun little bike, not for going distance. It's for, you know, popping into town, going to the shops, riding out for a coffee or something somewhere, going to see your mates, that kind of thing. It's, well, you can feel it trucking the road there. Just not used to that. I don't know, I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. You know, because I mean, the only other small bike I've got to sort of draw it on is my little KE, and that doesn't do that. And certainly the V85 and the Z don't do that. It could be down to the tyres. Oh yeah, you can feel it following the just you know, it's not really disconcerting. Well, I suppose it is a little bit disconcerting. It just feels a bit peculiar that it feels those. You can feel those imperfections, and the bike wants to kind of like follow them, you know. It's almost like it could do with a 21-inch front wheel sort of sketch, and maybe a bit more rake on the forks. But it is what it is. You know, it's a good fun little bike for scratching about on, and you want something that's quick steering, and I guess that's kind of the price you pay. But everything else, the brakes, they're really progressive, work really well, haul you up, just the job. The engine is really rather nice, actually. It's there's one of these potholes and gravel everywhere. Really tractable, you know. I'm in 5th gear, popping along at 30 miles an hour, just a job. Sounds perfectly happy. There's no vibration coming through the bars or the pegs at this speed, even though it's a single, so I'm guessing there must be some kind of balancer something in there somewhere. The exhaust just sounds ace. That sounds really good. And it is a fantastic looking bike. They have got the styling just spot on. You know, if you bought one of these for whizzing around locally, I don't think there's anything that you'd really need to do to it. You know, it's got the handguards. Not sure if they're an optional extra, because it's a demo. They could be, I guess. I don't know whether they come new standard with that. But other than that, I expect this is probably an optional extra. The Triumph motif sort of thing on the handlebars. Oh, that exhaust sounds lovely, especially when the revs go right down. So I'm kind of like playing, trying to get the revs as low as I can now, just so you can get that. Whoop. Oh yes, that's lovely. I'm such a kid. Can't help it. It's that is. I hope the sound of the exhaust comes out on the video, because it just sounds fantastic. Unfortunately, it's all speed limits along here, so can't really open it up too much. But we'll when we get back the other side of the town here, I think there's a a national speed limit element to it. So what do I think? If I was looking for a second bike, yeah, this would definitely be in the running, along with maybe a Himalayan. I've still got a bit of a soft spot for them, and there are some really good deals to be had on the old air-cooled models that are unsold, in preparation for the new liquid-cooled model coming out. A lot of people diss them because they're only 25 horsepower. Yeah, you have to take it for what it is, but I had one. I was perfectly happy with it. It was a good bike. Pulled me out, around the north of France and southwest of England, not a problem. So I wouldn't discount one, just because they are amazing value for money at the moment. But the new Himalayan that's coming out, it's 40 horsepower, so a significantly different beast, and that is in dealers. I'm kind of hoping to get a test ride on one in the coming weeks. It'll be interesting to see how it compares to this. I mean, it's a different bike, obviously. It's it's the whole styling and the aim of the bike is totally different. This bike's for fun, and a Himalayan, I think, is still something you can tour on, whereas this, I reckon it'd show its limitations pretty quickly, because there is no weather protection, high level exhaust and all that. It'd be difficult to luggage it up. It's not built for that kind of thing. But so they're certainly different. But I think the Himalayan could be a bit more dual-hatted than this. This is a Sunday sort of. I've turned the hazard lights on somehow. There we go. This is a Sunday whiz-about sort of fun bike, you know. Let's see if we can get past this guy. Yep. That exhaust still sounds great. I'm only doing 40, but the handling, I keep coming back to that. It just feels a bit skittish, even at this speed. Yeah, well, I've ridden about 80 miles from home to get here today to take the Guzzi back for its little bit of warranty work, and to come and have a try out on this. I didn't do it in one stint. I did stop for a coffee on the way down, but the Guzzi, I could have ridden that in one stint all the way there, no problem, comfortable. And this, you wouldn't want to do that kind of mileage on. You know, this is for popping down to the coast and posing on the seafront, kind of. Which is kind of sounds like it's doing it a disservice, but it's not. It's a really good, fun little bike. And it kind of makes you want to do hooligan-y things. It's one of those kind of bikes, you know, because it's got that sort of handling that's a bit on the edge, twitchy and everything. It makes you want to sort of fling it around, you know, and it does. It is really light and flickable. You know, the bars and everything help, I guess. You know, they're quite wide, trail bikey style. And that engine, and now we're up to, you know, sort of 50, we're doing about sort of 4,500–5,000 revs, and that's when it starts to really sort of come alive. So though I'm in top gear, so it's a shame we're kind of stuck behind traffic, really. But this is where it's just starting to come alive in top. And that exhaust sounds ace. So the one thing I wish this had is spoked wheels. Gold ones especially, because everything with gold wheels just looks better. If they did one of these with spoked wheels, tubeless spoked rims, that would be, you know, the icing on the cake, especially if the front wheel was a 21-inch. Oh, there's a lovely bit of sunshine and blue sky, so we'll be dried out by the time we get back. Right. No, there's cars coming. Well, we might get a bit of overtaking action here. Let's see how he picks up. We're about 4.5 in top. Oh, peppy, and we're off. Oh, that's pulling really well. Really, really, really well. Oh, that was a quick trip up to 70, and it was pulling lovely. There is kind of something in me that wants to have a Triumph, because, you know, because it's British, even though they're not made in Britain. But it's a British company, you know. Well, I think it's a British company. It might be Indian. I don't know. Who knows? But just having a bike, you know, with that Triumph badge on it. Here we go, pulling from low revs, and we're off. Yeah, it is quite peppy. Good fun, but I've been on it, I don't know, about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. The seat is starting to show its limitations. It's only just. Yeah, that's a good fun little bike. Although I've harped on about the handling and everything, don't let that put you off. Get out and try one. It's Yes, good fun. In fact, I've never ridden the, is it the 800 and the 1200 Scrambler? 900 Scrambler, whatever. After riding one of these, I don't think I want to ride one of those. I really do wish though that they did them with spoked wheels and a 21-inch front wheel. Just kind of slow that twitchiness down a bit, I think, and you know, add to its like off-road credentials. Yeah, it's a good fun bike, good fun. Well done, Triumph. Obviously reliability and everything else remains to be seen with all these things. I don't think Triumph are any better or worse than any of the other manufacturers, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be reliable. Right, let's scoop up some of this traffic. So that's it, we're coming to the end of the test ride and just coming up to the dealership now, and we'll hand it back. Yeah, good fun. Good job, Triumph.